Whoops. There we go. Something happened. Some kind of
Okay.
glitch. It's all right.
Yeah.
We're back. Yeah. It's okay if it's separated out into two. Weird shit always happens. Yep. All right. So, um, I don't know what. So, Curtis had an idea to discuss, and that is custom classes. By the way, if you're still in the giveaway, um, you're still in. So, okay, my there is that working now? Okay, that's working. Yep. Yeah, 187. That's probably wrong. Uh, Classes. Bounty Hunters Guild exists here. So we've had the Bounty Hunter class forever since. So something is going on now. Something's going on.
Yeah, you have a
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah.
something's going on. I wonder if it's Twitch itself. Still there? Okay. Something's
Oh
going
yeah,
on,
I'm
whether it's
here, but
Twitch,
we'll see. Yeah.
whether it's Twitch or it's
Yeah, the Zoom is low resolution.
yeah,
That
something's
that
going
happened.
on. Something's going on. Let's see if we can get through the stream here.
Yeah.
I'll try and not bring up as many things onto the screen. I'll take some resources off and see if it's either my machine, but I think it's Twitch connection. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's Twitch. Yeah, I think it's really Twitch. So we're still here. We're still good. Okay.
Hopefully we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah,
power killed.
now it started, the Zoom is starting to look better here, so
Okay, so maybe it was just it was yeah tilt weight.
might be
Yes,
a
the
bandwidth
mad
issue a little bit.
the
Yeah.
proving grounds of the mad overlord there, Lord Fourth. Yep. The bounty hunter class fits perfectly in. We have the guild here, so that class is an integral part of what we do, and so
And social classes like
mhm,
bards and others who use charisma and stuff, because you have a lot of
mhm.
social interaction, because you have to be close to people, whether you want to gather information or persuade someone or read someone, there is intentions, motivations and stuff. So for there is several types of players who love. There's more chances of role play, and that's another one you need to prepare for as a DM. You need to prepare for more. You need to play more type of NPCs quickly, so to speak, and try to go from
Yeah.
one to the other more often. Yeah.
And what you can do is you gotta have thieves guilds. I have two.
Yep.
I have two, and they're fighting. Right. One of them is a published source that I renamed. It was created by Roger Moore. Another one is a really great idea that came in the course of gameplay. Right.
Hmm.
Um, we have a guild of magic users. It's nothing like the guild of in GREYHAWK because there's no archmages in the game for us. So highest mage is like 15th level. That's it.
Yeah.
So
And when it comes to things like thieves guild, the magic skill and stuff, that is very important to, even if you don't detail the ruler in detail, you need to understand what type of ruler. Meaning, is it a tyrannical king that rules over this, and
right.
he wants to control everything? Is it just a corrupt mayor who will let anything fly as long as you pay him or her or it? Or is it someone who is kind of, as long as things go on, it meaning how involved is the ruler? What meaning, is the thieves guild the tax collectors, or are they underground and extinct species, because the priesthood that runs the city want everything to be done by the book, like in Pale, for instance. The thieves guild might be very tough to be a thief there, because the priest want everything to be done by the book, and they are not corrupt, but they are strict as can be. And then in GREYHAWK they are more like the tax collectors. So yeah.
So let me answer a couple questions here. Are there any good third party city books you guys have adapted to GREYHAWK? Are there any good third parties? Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
show them. We're going to show them.
Good.
Hopefully, I don't crash the stream. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gary, I got a whole list. I got a whole bunch of them. We'll do that in a second here. I'm just waiting for. I'm hoping Tim comes on. Actually, he said he was.
Yeah.
All right. So there are no Archmage player characters. Okay. The highest, I think, 16th, and Fensick is no one's. Fensick can't be an Archmage or a overseer or a mentor to anyone. He's just too character neutral. There is a high level Archmage up in the Celine border at High Mountain Tower, who's kind of disappeared. So it's this guild is filled with player characters, which most of Altamir is. I'm not bringing in high level NPCs in out of the blue, so there are actual player characters. So that's why there are no archmages. There are archmages in the game. There's just none here in the city. Right? That makes sense? Well, there's not a question about thieves. I would all drag her. Thieves is it's an opportunity wasted, man. There is no Assassin's Guild in Altamira, and it's illegal to have an Assassin's Guild because there's the Bounty Hunters Guild, and if the Bounty Hunters find out about it, they'll kill any assassin they find.
Yeah, and I also would say that some sort of underworld where people that live off stealing, they would inevitably be there, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Whether they in whatever, even the most organized, well-meaning city, they will always have someone. And as you as a DM, you need to figure it out. Is it that, and there could be several types. They can be the Thieves Guild is actually a secret part of the city structure, meaning the city is so corrupt that they organize the corruption into a Thieves Guild, meaning that's one option. The other one is that it's a freestanding opposition. The Thieves Guild is run either as a criminal enterprise, or it run as a Robin Hood thing, to steal from the rich and give to the poor. It can also be run by an adversary somewhere else, another country, or someone who wants to undermine the political structure or the economy of a city. Or it can be run as, it might be a cult of someone running it for their benefit and stuff. So these are things that they're adventure campaign opportunities. And there's, like Jay said many times, they can be multiple of these.
Yeah,
in
which is good, because then they'll fight amongst themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that might be part of the rulers might encourage that, divide and conquer, so to speak. So yeah.
So this is huge. Freeport. This is Chris Pramus, right? I think he said place this in the Sea Barrens, if I recall.
Yes, exactly. It's the city of, hang on a second here. It's on the island of Ganode. There is a city called Mahan.
You're right.
That's the one he suggested as the city of.
Right. I'm not bringing any more maps up because of the chunking in the stream here. So
yeah, I can put it in.
Definitely. So, and look at this, some big names here. Robert Schwab, Owen Casey Stevens. There's some big names for this. It is huge. And I had this. I bought this when Chris came on, and let's see how many pages. This is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages. It's huge. Look at this, 500 pages. This thing is 500 pages. Just crazy, the amount of detail this has. So Freeport is a great, crime families, buccaneers, piracy. It's a great one that should be, that Chris recommended placing in GREYHAWK. So that's the first one. Okay, second one. This one I suggest maybe blue. All right. This is the town of Collis.
Ah, that sounds.
All right. This is. I actually have this in hard copy somewhere. It's in this pile right here. So this is the town of Collis. Castles and Crusades. Sitting. Does anyone else have this? I bet you Rob has this. Hey, Caesar. So Cobalt Press has campaign builders, cities and towns in there. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And Anna's done a lot of work for Cobalt Press too. So.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. So, and look, the population is about 8,000. So you can lessen that a little bit if you think blue should be. I think the way it works, it works for blue if blue is more independent. But if not, you might want to place it somewhere else.
You can easily have it, meaning Torishmak might not be, or you might not even run with it.
Right.
All the cities and the settlements and the tribes on the Promarsh might be independent. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you could run this on another port town, Gradsel. You could make this Gradsel.
Yeah.
That would be another good one for it. And I guarantee there's a bunch of off the coast of Niron that would work for. Yeah, they do. I have a second one here. So, like I said, look, it's got a lot of daily events, got a lot of cool things. So, right, exactly, Vivi. It's just an idea because of where it is. But here's the second one that I have for and that's Escadia, right? So the free city of Escadia. Another one of a city one. I'm not sure where I'd place this one. See, let's go to demographics on this one. Yeah. The Jewel of the North, the Jack of Lies, perfectly is one of the hand city. It's a city state. It's in the Haunted Highlands. I know they lost the rights to the Haunted Highlands, I think. Yeah. So it says being one of the deadliest cities in all the world, trade barons and guild masters constantly vie for power. That could be almost anywhere. It could be almost everywhere. Speak of the devil. Ding, 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 ding. You
Oh,
like
there you go.
Escadia, Michael? The ever mysterious Tim is on. What's up, dude?
Hello.
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 I'm under the tender mercies of a head cold right now.
Oh no.
Oh.
Did you give yourself a cleansing?
A nasal one, yes.
That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah.
What'd you think? I meant something else?
Yeah.
So we will stop this discussion right now and go to this because, it's gold with the ever mysterious Tim on.
It's
One
like
of the
Minecraft.
oldest city settings for D&D.
Yeah, well, yes. So there is. Oh, you know what? I forgot the third edition.
What
book
year
was
did? What year did was it initially published? Must mid-70s or something.
I think it's 79 or 80
Oh,
for
okay.
this, Tim.
Yeah. So it
Yeah,
was.
I don't know.
But it was
Yeah.
actually, I think it was one of the earliest settings.
It is
or
really
third-party
early.
settings overall published for
Yeah.
D&D.
This
Well,
is the newer map.
They also had the City State of the World Emperor.
Yeah, and I got that first, and you had to move. You had to place every building, and that drove me nuts.
Yeah.
Because there was like 2,000 of them.
Yeah.
It was insane.
It's supposed to be, I don't know, it's probably one of those ancient cities that took several days to walk across.
Right. The World
Pretty
Emperor is
big.
actually bigger than the Invincible Overlord
Right.
city. Yeah.
And they're like a waning empire.
Yep. So here we go. Here's Tim's campaign map, colored. Zothe Third Wildlands by Gabbin was fun too, down the Barbarian at Altanis. Aren't you doing stuff in the Altanis, Tim, down there?
The Altanis is
South here, right?
where the well, that's on the actual Judges Guild campaign map.
Right.
Is where the city state is.
Excellent.
That's the map it's on. It's not there because I put it in a campaign map. That's the one I made because I didn't have that map when I was, 10 years old.
Absolutely. So if you don't know, and you can find, there is a city state of the Invincible Overlord subfolder on my YouTube. So you can watch Tim torture me as a player character in all those adventures, right? Yes, I have Dervilia Tadius, a 13th level human female lawful neutral cavalier.
Yeah.
Doesn't like to be provoked or messed with. She hates stupidity, and but this is such a fun adventure series based on the city. But there's, why don't you explain to everyone your concept, Tim? Because we got a lot of new people watching.
You mean how
City
the
and the states. How you have it set up? The
well in
Wilderlands.
in the original game, and it's like kind of like in the fantasy world, you have this city, and then outside the wall is this empty wasteland barrens, but that's not really how cities are. So I have the city state, and then I have the county around it where there's other estates and other power players that don't necessarily, they've got an apartment in the city state, but their estates or somewhere else. You can't have, nobility providing troops unless they get the troops from some
Because
sort
like
of
we
land.
talked about earlier, it's a big city needs a support structure for food
Yeah.
and other resources and stuff.
Right.
So yeah.
And the overlord's very grasping, so the tendrils of his influence go far.
They do. They absolutely do. And I'm trying to see what maps I have here. I had because I picked and choose a couple stuff, but I can go to your city state folder here. Let me see city state.
He's trying to fix the pirate problem down south, so he sent his new upcoming 13th level cavalier.
Yes,
down
the
there
count, the
to fix
countess.
it.
Right. Yeah, the actual I'm trying to find your
So,
original. All right, so here's the original Wilderlands map you did, right?
yes.
So yeah, on this. So, but it's based on the city itself. So give us some thoughts on city adventuring. Did you? And one other thing. Let me bring one other thing up. Did you put this? He actually put a B series adventure in here. Give me 1 second. I'll bring that one up, and that is a classic. And
Oh,
this
yes.
goes back a long time.
Yes, it
Uh,
goes back real far. It was probably the first taste that
this,
made me really like city adventure.
this, the Veiled Society. Yes, this is actually Tim placed this in a city state. So yeah, if you want to
Well,
talk about,
it wasn't, was it in the city state?
yeah, with the Cutharadu. Because remember, he was the thorn in the side in this event in the campaign, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, I think it was a different location. He eventually
Okay.
moved there. But
Okay.
it wasn't in the city state, but it's this awesome city adventure. Um, it's, you don't have to have a detailed map of the entire city. You know
Cool,
what I mean?
John.
It's one of those,
See Wu Tang.
the good thing about the way the city state is set up, at least when you get the book, is that it's very minimalistic, but it gives you enough to add your own fluff to each of the locations it's at.
Right.
And it's not too hard to, once you get a grip of how social status works in the city and how, the constabulary fits in there, and it doesn't take long reading it to figure out the tone of the place. It's quite chaotic, but they also like to crush too much chaos. Once if you hang around long enough for the constabulary to show up, you're in trouble.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Um, and it's like, whereas in Greyhawk, there are places you can walk around and you're like, ah, no problem. There's really no in the city state. There's something around each corner just waiting to.
Well, yeah, it was one of the
Yeah.
roads near there's a slave market plaza, which is part of it because it's a lawful evil city.
Yeah.
And there's a chance that if you're walking by yourself, a group of people try to grab you to sell you.
Yeah. This is the third edition map, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, which we utilize, and like all the way up here is it's right on the
That's the
road.
palace.
That's the palace. I've been in the palace. I got After 25 years of playing, I finally became noble, and yeah, probably shouldn't have accepted it, but I had no choice. Yeah. So
Well, if you didn't accept it, he'd have to like kick you out of the tower and put somebody else there.
yeah, exactly. So it's a fun place, and most of these buildings are done up. Right, almost
Yes.
every building is completely done as a location. So I
And
know it's super expensive. You can probably get the third edition book for like 150, and the original first edition books and that cover are hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
but if you get it, you could get a PDF.
Oh, you can? It's on drive through.
I
Hey,
would,
Celtic.
I would think you can.
Okay.
But it's easier to read in the oldest version because
Yeah.
when you're looking through the locations, because it's very minimalistic, and also it's not in two columns. And so as you skim through stuff, it's easier to find it and kind of read it fast. And almost every location has a rumor, so it has like, it has some sort of seed that could be an adventure, could be just a red herring for as you want, but almost every single place has that.
Here's Thunderhold, which is the Dwarven Keep.
Right.
And that's cool.
Which
Oh,
are
yeah.
the neighbors, which are well, they're not neighbors, they're allies.
Yeah. And we can't. It's been hard for us to feel out them whether they're like just lawful neutral or they got a tinge of evil. So I just haven't messed with them. I don't like. Why do I need the doors on my bad side? So that's
Well, you have the one dwarf rune master who's
Yep.
because you saved his nephew. He's
Absolutely.
working for you for a year, so.
And here is the large environ map, right? This shows
Yes.
everything.
Yeah,
that's
so that
going on.
red dot down there in the middle is the city state.
Yeah, and this shows you the level of detail we have running in and the size of
Yeah.
everything. And here's
on the other goatskin map or the sheepskin map.
Yep. Let me go back to that.
If you look at it, I did it where it was like if somebody contemporary did at
Yeah,
map.
yeah.
You notice around the city state, there's just a circle around it because it's illegal to actually map the infrastructure around the city state accurately.
Oh, okay.
Make a map.
Well, maps back in the day, they were state secrets for a
Yeah,
long time.
so
Many navigational maps and stuff. Oh, they were
so everyone
state
just puts a
secrets.
round circle around it. Like
Yep.
that's not what it is, but they
Oh,
just
that's
put
Yep.
it
cool.
there
Okay.
because it's illegal to map it. Because why do you need to know the moat? Why do you need to know the river right by the city
Exactly.
state?
Yep.
So yeah, so that's why it's that way. But it's actually on a peninsula that sticks out around the river, on the river there.
And note the following: this is not everyone's evil. There's Ivy's out here, right? She's a very lawful good paladin.
The farming community,
The
yeah.
farming community, yes. The farming commonwealth. My character's lawful neutral, but tries not to do evil things. A lot of the player characters are good aligned. Some are neutral. There's no evil. We don't play evil characters. So,
Right.
but the fun thing about it is it gives me an opportunity. They just look evil. Yeah, it gives me an opportunity to play. So we got to get a game over the holidays.
And you're not sure what's going to happen.
No, we never know what's going to happen. You know, the one where I'd eat the human flesh chips was a disturbing.
Scab salad.
Yeah, that was really disgusting and
with a special
disturbing.
sauce.
Yeah, disgusting. So, think of a little plot hook that maybe we don't know about for the future or something. I mean, we did the one where we tried to save the woman from the servitude, and we did save her because she killed herself.
Oh, there was, yes. So you want me to go over that?
Yeah, sure.
They were approached by a guy who seemed convincing. He wanted to save his daughter who'd been and he had tracked her. He was from the far south. And he's, claimed to be the king or and wanted to have his daughter saved, but he couldn't, go into the city state directly or it'd be trouble. So he asked for their help and said, all she needs is this, and it will set her free. And he described her. And of course, they had to get into the party. She was bought by the headmaster of the Slave Masters Guild.
I think it was one of these buildings right here.
Yeah, it was right near the Temple of Pagana.
Yeah. Okay.
Right near there. And
I think it was this building. Because it was right. Here's the temple. I think it was right there. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I remember it was it was off the plaza. I thought Whaling Street, but it's okay. Or was it down further? I don't know. Yeah. So.
You don't have the map of but the they had to figure out how to get tickets, and so they kind of had a lead that there were some guys who were bringing slaves down the road that had tickets. So the shadier members of the party arrange something bad to happen to them.
Yeah.
They got temporarily arrested by the by the sheriff there or the constables in Noonanville.
Yes.
And while they were locked up, the party took their tickets to get into the special party because he's famous for his raucous parties there. And while they were there, they had a lot of chances to interact with various interesting people.
Yeah, interesting to say the least. Yes.
And
you like that, Curtis? It goes way back.
Eventually, they're scattered around. Some people are watching. Their plan is to get into where the harem is because the one they're looking for is in the harem, and they eventually get in there and like, we're here to rescue you, and this will set you free. And then she was like so, emotional about it. She took it. She says, "This will set me free," and she took it. And they thought it was to be some magical teleportation thing, but it was poison. So it then basically just killed her. So she drops dead.
I was so
maybe her dad was worse than living in the
I
harem.
was so shocked. You remember my character Kixano, my fellow clerk mage, my poor man Gazumba. He's like, I gotta get the hell out of here.
Really, that would be for me. Would be an obvious cool plot twist. Her dad that wanted her back was worse than where she ended up. So once they met her,
I was just like, you guys, that's available on stream. You can watch me and look at my face.
Yeah, it's one of my two DM faces that I've saved. I actually have a collection now.
You and Eric Mona, the Eric Mona face.
Eric Mona one, and then Jay doing. So so they're
That's
all.
awesome.
But now she's one of the special exotics bought by this evil man. The headmaster of the slave masters guild, and there's a dead slave, one of his special ones, right there in his room, and the guards are like, "What are you doing in here?" And they're caught with his, and it looks like they killed her. It's like, ah, shit. So they're all trying to figure out ways of, getting out and then relinking up at the inn.
Yeah, trying to figure out how to get the hell out of there safely.
Oh, it was very very potentially dangerous. Yeah, so and Jay was scared because he knows the proper threats of high level folks here.
There are people you don't mess with, and that's anyone that's you don't.
But I like to play it where even if somebody could be have a very 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 high social level, they may not be 10th 12th super powerful beings.
True.
But the ramifications of you killing them are huge.
Yeah.
Because okay, how many CEOs of powerful companies are third level fighters? But they could, if they're super wealthy and powerful, they can really affect things. And if now imagine it's families and you're killing off people, so you gotta be careful. So they got back, they all seemed to get away clean, and then the questioning started happening the next morning, and it was the Black Lotus had some agents that were walking around the inn and asking questions. And that's when Kixano got very scared.
Yeah, I was. He's not a coward or anything. He just is a realist. Knowing, and that's what's great is to be able to get to play, and I'm not.
I don't even remember what happened with the Black Lotus agent. They were I think they were reading your minds. I think they had an amulet ESP or something. Or you were fearful of it anyway.
Yeah.
And I just forget how you dealt with it. It was enough to.
He got no. He what's his spell? He did some kind of mind blank or something, if I recall. Yeah.
And then teleportation. I can only teleport one person out. So everybody.
It
exfiltrated out in separate ways. Kixano teleported out with his girl.
A lot of people went out the window. I remember they were jumping out the windows and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valerie had her pixie thief who flew away.
Right. Everyone got out, but it was
Andrus had to slink out.
Yep.
And everyone managed to kind of.
No, that was really shocking and great, but that was a wonderful city adventure because it just you realize I never feel that way, and maybe it's just because of the way it's set up. When I have characters walking on GREYHAWK, I never feel that in danger. And these characters are higher level than the ones that are walking around in GREYHAWK normally, player characters. You feel that tension. You're looking behind over your shoulder the whole time, and that's scary. And that's cool. I mean, that's why I loved it so much, and I can't wait to play it again. So yeah. Because you like that sense of dread, right?
Oh yeah, and meaning in adventures, I love a lot of things I don't like in the real world.
Exactly.
All the bad stuff that I don't want to happen in the real world, I want them to happen in games. So yeah.
100%, 100%. That's it. So I hope one of the sales receive rest. So there is another here, real quick. There's another one that I think that Frog God owns now. That I don't have the PDF for, but I got the cover. I actually have the hardcover, and I think that Alyssa did the map for it. Here's another small town. Well, actually, it's a decent size, and that's this Cat's Cradle. This is nice. This town source book for this. This is a good one. Here's the map. Yeah, and this is Alyssa's map. So yeah, it's pretty decent sized.
Yeah.
So that's another good one. So yep, Cat's Cradle.
That's right there. It's got to have a river through it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Why else would they be there?
True. You can see it in the style. It's the exact Alyssa style. So it's a good one. I have it here somewhere in the piles of stuff, but just definitely another good one that you could place for multiple places in GREYHAWK. I think you could utilize it. So yeah, absolutely. Oh, you got that? Oh, cool. Right here. Perfect. It's a good one. Yeah, definitely a good one. So, yeah. Thinking here. Uh, so I know we have a war going on, kind of, but would love to get back into the city adventuring in
Well,
this.
yeah. Right now, the county thieves. You guys have a pact with the major other organized crime to kind of like they give a 10% or 15% or whatever it was, and nobody fights each
That's
other, and they stick to their neighborhoods and stick to their
the
businesses.
detente. Yes, I've used that
Yes,
word before
they
multiple times. So
yeah,
yeah, absolutely. That's a
and
good
that
one.
was because you solve this problem for them,
All about
like,
problem
like killing
solving.
that greater devil.
What's up, Scott?
And
It's
the
all about that. It's all about, solving problems for people.
and yet, like, the city state is, you've got good temples, you've got a lot of good things, and there's a lot of things that you have with you know there's a university in there, and but you also have a temple where they sacrifice humans,
Yeah.
daily. So it's it's bad, but
Yeah, and the deities are ones that I don't know, Dale, too much. So it's kind of a surprise. It's not
and
like
there's
I get curveballs thrown at me because I don't know, I don't have deep research like the GREYHAWK deities, which I know. I know if it's Relishaz or if I know it's Washri, I know what's coming, but these I just have no idea. I don't know what they're
no, and
about.
you as a layperson, you wouldn't even know the deeper secrets of their cult.
Exactly, exactly. And my
But
character, personally, I don't think we care.
the
It's so
Hellbridge Temple
character
though is
flaw.
bad news.
Yeah,
It's bad news,
Hellbridge
and of course that is the patron temple of
of
the
the
Assassin's Guild,
oh,
of
the
course.
Assassin's Guild. That's right. Yeah. So yeah. So
And the Assassin's Guild, the Black Lotus is a subset,
yeah.
of
All right.
them.
So what questions does the audience have for any of us about what we discussed tonight? How's that sound? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want another city, CNC has the city of Burgalt laid out beneath the Black Moon set in a world. I may have that one, Rob. You're a good one. And I just haven't opened it and utilized it and looked at it, getting inspiration. But I appreciate that suggestion. Yeah. Oh, Iggsburg. Yeah. So we gave away a sign, Iggsburg. Where's my copy? Oh, it's buried
I
here.
I just want to say that that Veiled Society is a great way, because
Yep.
looking at doing a city thing it can be very,
Daunting.
yeah, so much detail packed in, but the Veiled Society adventure, the way it's set up, it allows you don't need to know all the details of the entire city, because it's set up, episodically, where you're at different locations, and it allows the movement between the locations, sort of, you know it's the boring part of the movie that they skip. They fast
Right.
forward
Right.
they fast forward that hour walk to the place, and so now you have just the meat.
This
And
is
then,
a, this is a
yeah,
question. Which came first, the Veiled Society or the Assassin's Knot? I don't know because they're both similar, kind of.
there are some similarities. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, but the Veiled Society is great because there's three factions.
man, Assassin's Knot's pretty early.
Yeah, it's like got to be 81, 80, right? So, but the Veiled Society is B6. So the Bs supposedly came out. They could be around the same date. So
Yeah,
yeah, is Berghold a Davis module? That's a good question. Do not know if Davis Chenault wrote that one. So another
It
one.
would say UK. Berghoffs are UK, I think, UK based.
Yeah,
They were
and if,
TSR UK, I think.
yeah, I
I
have
think
ends meet. I definitely have ends meet. In fact, um, I don't have ends meet placed, but I have. Crap, my brain just shut off. I'd have to look it up. Yeah. So I have the other one
yeah.
there.
Veiled Society was 84.
All right, so it's well after. It's well
Yeah,
after Assassin's Not. Maybe it takes homage to that. Rivergate's a good section. Veiled Society was 84. Okay. Yeah, so it's well after that, which is okay. The bees they're still putting out basic ones then. at that time, but it's really good. So you got it and you ran it right in '84. I
It
mean, it
was
was
very early.
yeah,
It's made for low
it was
level character.
it was before I was graduated high school. I know that for a fact.
Yeah,
It,
it was
it,
really new.
yeah, it was. I think you got it and ran it right off the bat. So let me just see if I have. Let me go here
And
to
then
my
there
map.
was a. And then I took the guy they defeated and made him their arch nemesis when they arrived at the city state.
Yeah. Yes, you did. Absolutely. I'm sorry, Rob. I didn't use ends meet. I have ends meet, but I used Comray. I put Comray up here, and Comray had been overtaken by uh, the Dark Cloaks up here. So yeah, Comray. I added that in. That's Troller Games location. So yep, I forgot the name of it. Can't remember them all. So what other questions do we have here? So I love city adventuring. I really do.
We'll get you back there soon after you're done swimming.
Tim, you and I do need to just have a one-on-one high port stories. We when we talk true one-on-one city adventuring some night, and just
Yeah.
talk about all the fun things that happened. I'll pull out the folder with all the characters in it. Jesse, Duranta, Hib,
Oh yeah,
all I still have them all
yeah.
the guild.
Well, it was fun because my character was so high level, except the goal was, the understanding was the higher level the magic I use,
The more
the higher
attention.
level the enemies show up. So I'm trying to not make a big magical imprint. So I'm using cantrips.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was true.
I was using cantrips to color my hair, different colors, and to disguise. Just using, basic tricks to fool people.
And he had a bakery as a cover.
Yeah.
Every morning, this really cute, attractive female would walk up and buy a bunch of muffins.
Yeah.
And so goes the story.
That's right. And then I noticed she had this particular amulet, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
So that's a good question. I talked about my bounty hunter and the bandit. So what do you have as urban city classes, Tim? That would fit well.
I've dabbled with making a sort of a spy / investigator sort of class.
Right.
I haven't, because assassin is so specific.
Yeah.
Um,
What about the one that Anna plays?
the commando.
The commando. Yeah.
The
Well,
commandos can be used there, but they're
but they're equally, I think, on the wilderness too. They have a lot of tracking and various cool stuff. So yeah.
they can fight in urban terrain as well.
Absolutely.
They're just not as they're not as wall clingy as thieves are as far as climbing. They're not that mobile, but affecting entry, they can, they learn how to remove locks to get into places.
Yeah, and they also don't have that many social skills, but so they're
Right.
good in the skullduggery. Kind of,
Curtis.
yeah, they
Yep.
the
But once they get the
hostility.
intel,
Yeah, once you get to hostilities, it's a good class. Yeah.
I'm going to show you one from the dragon. It's NPC only. It's no. It would be the dumbest thing to convert over to PC, but it's a perfect city class, and that is on the very back down here, the Sentinel. I remember. I should have done the one with sources here. Hold on.
yeah, the
Races, classes with
Sentinel is
sources. But to hide, like if you want to guard, here, let me see where it is. Races, classes, Sentinel.
they're not your mall cop.
You got no, and they're very Dragon 89. Okay, Dragon 89 is the Sentinel class. They have a lot of detection. They have a lot of those abilities. Yeah, that is a good one for city.
They're really a great thing to give the bad guys or
Oh yeah, as a guard
or neutral people. So when the party's so used to sneaking up on people, these guys would thwart it.
Absolutely.
It's kind of a cult of focus and attention to detail, really, kind of with a few other magic things at high level, right?
Yeah, and they can like detect invisible. They can see through illusions, but they really are. to
The
make them
boring job.
to make them a player character class would be really boring. All right, what do you do? Well, I stand there and I guard while everyone sleeps at night at the encampment. That's basically, it's just like so. Are Paul Blart, yeah, but they're not Paul Blart at all. They're really powerful. We have the Night Stalkers have in Altamira have a warehouse set up 2 levels, and they have a sentinel and retainer that guards their place.
Sentinels would be really good
It's
bodyguards.
like 2,000 gold a month.
Yeah, they would be very good bodyguards, or they're guarding some palace, things like that.
Yeah, but it's a great character to put in an adventure when you have thieves and they gotta find and they gotta get and there's this dude and they can't. There's no way to get by him. He can detect you when you're invisible. He can see you, like even if you're ethereal. I think he can see you at certain levels. So yeah, just look at it. They're Dragon 89. So trust me on that. Yep. Yeah. So it's a good one. So good question there, Curtis.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Man, where do you see all the stuff that's coming up? Make friends with a boggle. No. Boggles are meant to be slain on sight. I hate boggles. We're talking about like Mark's character, right? Killing the boggle in that one adventure outright. Yeah. Just,
we don't like them.
Yeah, I don't like boggles.
You don't need a little, lower class golem. All right.
Right. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, exactly. Beep, 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 beep. We're making sounds like Beaker. So.
Oh, Mr. Beaker from the Muppet Show.
Exactly.
Future Laboratory. Oh, I love Mr. Beaker. He was awesome. Yeah, I love poor Mr. Beaker. He was awesome for the Muppet Future Laboratory. Oh yes. Yeah, that was awesome. I love Mr. Beaker. Yeah. Poor Beaker.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, we talked about that last week. The one where the prison was, and there was a boggle chained to the wall, and Mark's character's like, nope, and just killed it. And he's like, nope. Yeah, Swedish. Yeah.
Well, don't some of the humanoids use them for tracking?
Yeah, no, in A2.
Put them on chains and make them track.
Yeah, I had boggles running around. So when all the people are sneaking, I remember I just reran A2 a couple months ago as an updated version, and they have boggle guards. Yeah, absolutely. So I liked them then because I was using them. But yeah, my group is an area where the Darrow used boggles to guard and track. It makes sense. Makes sense. So.
But they smell.
Well, yeah. B-Town came on and he goes, "Why does Philadelphia smell so bad?" I'm like, "Because it's a city, right?"
Yeah, and any city that grows up big enough has to have underground sewage,
right? Yeah.
And if you have underground lower works, then who knows what's down there?
Yeah. Poor boggles, they're just misunderstood. Yeah, well, sometimes monsters are, and it's not their luck. Like flumps and frickin' modrons. If I could in real life eliminate the modron species, I would. Because I don't want to be attacked by a 2x4.
Don't they live in a different dimension?
They're in the lawful neutral plane. So yeah, I mean the modron march thing's kind of funny. It's billions of them going, and there's only one's gonna. That's kind of funny going through all the. But yeah, it's just like, oh my gosh. All right, so Tim, I hope you're feeling better.
I need to I'll go to sleep very soon.
That's very cool. The sewer's emptying them out. Yeah, great.
Well, Noonanville just got big enough where you invested 10,000 gold pieces in its infrastructure to dig the in-ground sewers, and
yes,
and that's where those swamp people tried to do an exploit on you guys.
I know. Sam, you should be proud of me. I cut down a bunch of kumquat trees in the county of Ulick for the sake of an adventure a couple weeks ago.
You cut them down?
Well, not in Altamira, but the Whispers Pass, there were kumquat trees growing, and the Rakshasa was there. Cut them all down, and then I mass morphed the fake ones and there were whites.
So there were whites standing there looking like trees.
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome.
That's terrible.
It's funny. So it was.
It's like they don't get to choose to dispel it, right? They have to.
Right. No. Well, they're undead there, so they're just So.
Right. They don't care, but then the boss decides.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
From the keep. Yeah, it
Mhm.
was great. It was an awesome adventure. It was called Trust Your Eyes, which meant you couldn't. Everything I did was, a trickery. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. So,
That's terrible.
all right. So, Tim, what's going on, man? I know the holidays are coming. So, got anything planned? We
Uh,
got Paige coming up.
yes,
Not that
Yep.
far out. Anna too.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice weekend. Tim will be staying overnight, at least one night, right?
Yeah, I'm staying over Friday.
Good. So Tim will be. We're gonna have the whole crew there. We're gonna have myself, Bill the Master Crafter, Tom, Walt, Tim and his son, Michael Zudrak. We're gonna have. Yeah, you get to meet Anna, Chuck Cumbo, and all of Troller Games. We're gonna have a blast. We're gonna have an absolute blast. So gonna be a fun couple days. Yeah, I'm staying Thursday night and Friday night. And
Yeah, I'm flying in Wednesday because I didn't want to fly in Thursday night, so I'm flying in
Nah,
Wednesday
yeah.
night. So we'll see what we
That's cool.
figure it out.
It takes me a
Excellent.
day or two to recover from flying these days.
Yeah.
Yep, that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Player availability willing, of course. Yeah, John, I understand that, and that's why I got some stuff coming up. We're going to share that in a second. So, Anna, what's going on with you?
GIS maps are getting closer and closer and closer. So there will be a couple of more test maps coming up for Hypmona Land and others coming out like tomorrow or a couple of days. I've been doctor's orders to be in bed and with my foot high for
Yeah, I'm sorry you
most
got
of the time.
injured.
So yeah, and so that's that's
that?
why I've been delayed and derailed a little bit or delayed a little bit. So but it's coming. So almost all of the data entry is done, and I plowed through almost all of the changes and my final notes. So there are a couple of more test maps coming out within the week,
Talk about that in a
and
second, Tim.
then the
Sit tight.
once if no one comes up with any major flaws or stuff, then I'll nail it down. And the week before Christmas, there will be I will give out all the files and stuff will be available for my top patrons, and the digital version of the maps will come out too. So that's the major plan, and I have some other little goodies and stuff that I'm working on that will come out before Christmas too. So or in between Christmas and New Year's.
Okay.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
don't know what the topic is for Wednesday, but I think we're going to go. If I can put this together, either we're going to do tropics, jungles, or favorite art of GREYHAWK publications, Anna, from Mike's
Okay. Yeah.
segment. I think that
Yeah.
would the favorite art thing. I think
That's a
maybe
good
one
one
we've
too.
never touched on before, but I just so I may need your help on that one.
Sure.
Putting
Yeah.
together stuff. So I think we're gonna go. What do you think, Gary and crew? Favorite art? I think that would be a good one. Gary, if you're available, it'd be great to have you on for that one. Yep, I've got board games. That's all right. You can always catch the replays. So that's Wednesday. Here's what's going on the rest of the next couple weeks. So yeah, I think so. All right. Thursday night. This and Saturday will tie in kind of together. The Huntsmen, which are mostly bounty hunters out of Altamira Group, and banditry rivals. So they're going to have to deal with one of the groups that are harassing outside of Altamira. If you know the two groups, they're both dwarf groups that are baddies. So that's gonna just maybe a 2-weeker. It'll be Alan's out because of a knee surgery, so it'll be Tom, Walt, Bill, and Coco in that one Thursday night. Saturday at 1, the Bone Baddies are back in It's a Trap. You like that name?
So you're gonna have Kuatoa in there?
We will
It's a
see. Yes. So, no Omni. Nope. I'm not an Omni guy there. Absolutely not. IU's is nowhere near Altamira. No, Omni has nothing to do with the Prince of Ulick, but that's okay there. So right now I got 4 I may add a 5th. This is the Bone Baddies. This is the lower level group. Coco, Tim, Dessa, and Korg. Characters are 5th and 6th level. I may add one other player into that one. And that's Saturday at 1. So it's a 1 to 5 game. Okay. Sunday night's Gabbin. First time ever, we have Jason Vey from Elflair Games on. Now, Jason works for Troller Games as well, and he has a whole bunch of sales going on his site. Has some really cool things. So we may have Tim Brannon, if he can make it, will join us. Chuck may hop on. Yeah, Dale. So I'm going to have Jason on finally. That'll be next Sunday.
Cool.
A week from Saturday, I'm going to have Nuclear Meat. I don't have a banner for it yet, and that will be on the Saturday after the next one. That'll be from 9 to 1. And that'll be Tim, Korg, Coco, and Rachel and Marquis playing in that one. All right, so we're working on that one as well. And then 2 Sundays, Ed's back. So the Sunday before Christmas, Legendary Stories of GREYHAWK in the Realms. Now, this came about from Thursday night's game. Chuck goes, I want to hear about Spellfire. So I said, well, Ed, why don't we just set up a new Gabbin? You can talk about it all you want, and we can talk about other legendary things in GREYHAWK, like the Invoke Devastation or whatever. We'll talk about big events in GREYHAWK in the Realms. And just let Ed talk, right? So, and that'll be Sunday. So we got a special game every Saturday, regular stream every Thursday, Legends and Lore every Wednesday, and we got Gabbin. So we got 4 streams a week the next 2 weeks. Okay? So, yes, the Nuclear Meat. So we got Bone Baddies this Saturday and the Nuclear Meat the week after. So, yep, fun times, lots of stuff, and then we'll see what happens to Christmas week. So lots of fun things. Let's see who wins the choice of 2 tonight on the giveaway here. All right. And then we're going to raid into Darling, because Darling's got a big game going. I promised her we'd raid into her. So, yep, lots going on. So, Tim, thanks for coming on. I'm sorry you don't feel well.
No, that's all right. Thank you.
For me, it's...
How are you doing?
I just got to retrain myself. Sitting's the worst. Once I'm waiting until I'm off stream, and then I get up, and then it's like freaking Old Faithful floodgates here. So, it's just, I'm not trying to be gross about it, but just I got to I got to heal. So, but I'm getting better every day. So
that's good.
Yeah. And I went out last night. Went out to my wife's Christmas party. We had a good time. So I was standing a lot.
Yeah.
All right, let me hit the cloud bot here, go to the giveaways. And thank you all. We got a huge amount of followers from Thursday night, approaching 12,200 followers, which was our target goal for the end of the year. So I really appreciate it. Things are really rolling here. Closing it out. Let's see who wins. Tonight's winner is Scala Grimer. Scala, are you on to claim? Scala, if you're on, you got it. Let me just see. Scala's on. Yep, you're on, Scala. All right, you can get with me. Choice of 2. I have a Vecna Lives. Do you have Adventure Begins? That would be a good mix. If you got the Roger Moore Adventure Begins and the Vecna Lives together, let me know if that would work for you. That would be 2 good ones together. And if you have them or both, then it's okay. But yeah, I think they'd be 2 good ones. So yes, have a great week, everyone. Back to work for the normal week, and we'll see you all. See you all Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday next week, and the Saturday game. Okay, gotcha. I'll get that right out. The Saturday game is at 1, not in the morning. The morning game is the week after. So, Anna, Tim, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, let me hit the wrong button here.
Yep.
Great stream. Thank you all for the support. Really appreciated everything that happened Thursday night. That was insane. When Darling ran out of specials and got 15 specials in the next 30 seconds to 90 seconds, it was insane. That was just nuts, everyone. It was crazy.
It's blatant favoritism.
Yeah, you could say that. I'm trying to find where I'm going here. There we go. So awesome. Creator dashboard. All right, setting it up here. Hype raiding in. Everyone say hi to Darling. I think it's they got a fun game going on there. We'll put them over 100. You got Bones playing too, which is awesome. Kurt playing as well. Really cool. All right, 90's awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you Wednesday.